For all the yoga practice beginners out there, there's a few poses just to start with to get a really good understanding of. First is Sukhasana, where you're just sitting in a cross-legged position. And for many times, people starting off, they need a bolster or a pillow to sit on top of. And in order to get the hips a little bit higher and the knees to come down towards the floor a little bit more. You can sit in any position that's comfortable. So the first easy pose is simply bringing your feet out in front of you, bend the right knee, and then put your ankle just directly under your left knee, and then bend the left knee and put your ankle directly under the right knee. Walk your feet out just a little bit so your knees are right on top of your feet. So that is your first easy pose, and your sit bones are going to be right on top of your pillow or bolster, sitting kind of forward, so your pelvis is just slightly forward, and it allows you to sit up nice and tall, placing your hands on your knees and being able to relax into the posture without activating any unnecessary muscles. So Sukhasana, or easy pose, is just a simple cross-legged position, a bolster or not on a bolster, whichever you're comfortable with. You can also sit up against a wall if you like. So here is your beginning of your practice normally, and what you'll do is have a heavy gaze or your eyes closed, and here you'll just begin to focus on relaxing the body and allowing the muscles to ease and not become tight, and having the spine nice and tall. Imagining you have a string at the top of your head pulling towards the ceiling, and your chin is parallel to the floor. Relaxing the legs, feet, hips, shoulders, and the face muscles. Many times you can begin breathing practice in this pose, a short meditation to get centered and develop your intention for the practice of the day. Taking a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Trying to expand the belly on the inhale. Okay, the next pose would be child's pose. So you may already have done this one or heard of it, and you're going to get into an all fours position. You'll have your toes touching and your knees spread kind of wide. You can also have your knees close together, whichever is comfortable for you. Many people, if they have a hard time getting on their knees, you can have a blanket that is directly under the knees for support here. Again, with your knees together, toes together, or knees as wide as the mat, wherever you feel is comfortable. And if you're not able to lean back on your knees and sit on your heels, you can also put a pillow or a blanket. A blanket might be a little better, but depending on the person, you can have some cushion between the calves and the thighs. So here, wherever your legs are comfortable, reach your hands forward and stretching the low back, keeping your elbows straight as wide as your shoulders, and resting your head, your forehead down to the mat. If you're able to do without the cushion between the thigh and calf, sit on your heels, pressing towards the back of the mat with your hips. And this is going to help stretch the low back. It's going to help lengthen the shoulders and calm the mind. Imagining that you're stretching from both ends, palms and fingertips nice and spread wide, planted on the mat. Again, a few deep breaths in through the belly. Expanding the belly on the inhales and pressing the belly button towards the spine on the exhales. Elongating the neck, pressing the tailbone towards the heels. This helps stretch the thighs, the low back, the hips, the shoulders. Can help improve circulation. And to come out of the pose, you just gently walk your hands all the way back, coming up into a kneeling position, placing your hands on your thighs. Now for the third position, it will be downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is a very soothing, it's actually considered a resting pose in yoga. And to begin with, it might be a little bit difficult, but you come to all fours again. Your hands are going to be spread nice and wide, and you're not putting your pressure on your wrists, but you're keeping your elbows straight, maybe a slight bend if you can't completely straighten them, but you want to really press into your finger pads and your palms of your hands so you're not pressing onto the wrists. And then your toes are curled up underneath your feet. And then you just inhale and press your hips towards the sky and then press back. Your heels don't have to touch the mat, but ultimately that is where you want to end up. Your hands are as wide as your shoulders, and your feet can either be touching or as wide as your hips. You can pedal your feet, doing walk the dog, bending your knees deeply, alternating the knees to lengthen the back of the legs, still pressing nice and firm into the hands. Now here you're also going to want to firm your upper legs, your thighs, by pulling the kneecaps up and pressing towards the inner part of the thighs. You're activating the inner thighs as if you're pressing them towards the wall behind you. And then with your arms, you're going to slightly rotate the shoulders out, away from each other, and the armpits down towards the mat. Relaxing the head and the neck, gently gazing between the feet, pressing the tailbone towards the sky. This helps circulation. It helps relieve stress and tension. It is considered a bit of an inversion, which helps with calming the mind. And once you're in this position, even 5 minutes a day in downward facing dog really does help relieve stress in the body. It helps to elongate the spine and stretch the back, the legs, the hips, and the shoulders. Breathing deeply into your position, activating those thighs, pressing the inner thighs towards the back of the mat, and pushing away with the hands in order to get that tailbone up towards the sky, lengthening the low back and widening the shoulders. And to come out of the pose, you'll gently come forward, bring your knees down, sit back onto your heels again, and you can press into your child's pose if you like. Come up to a seated position, and that's all I have for you today. So I hope those help you to align your body in a good position when you're starting your yoga practice. Have a great day.